Hello guys. So it's New Zealand versus South Africa Rugby World Cup final. After 7 weeks and 48 games of action-packed rugby, the William Webb Ellis Cup will be heading south of the equator, occupying a business class seat either to Johannesburg or to Auckland. The final of the 2023 Rugby World Cup final will be contested by joint most successful Rugby World Cup sides in the history, when either New Zealand or South Africa become the first nation to win the title 4 times. The pair will renew their illustrious rivalry under the Stade de France lights, currently tied on 3 Rugby World Cup crowns each, with the 106th head-to-head meeting. New Zealand lead 62-39 here with 4 draws to determine who can boast the moniker of world champions for the next 4 years. If New Zealand captain Sam Cane and his colleagues can channel David Kirk's 1987 World Cup champions or the triumphs of 2011 and 2015 led by legendary Richie McCaws, then it will be the All Blacks who not only lift the coveted trophy but also wrestle back the IRB's number 1 ranking from their opposition. The Kiwis have arguably had the easier road to the final since losing their opening game to France, breezing through the rest of Pool A containing Namibia, Italy, and Uruguay, and potentially boasting a mental edge over South Africa after defeating Ireland 28-24 in the quarters, the team who the Springboks lost to in their pool. The All Blacks then eased past Argentina in the semi-final 44-6, cementing themselves as one of the half of what became the only the third all Southern Hemisphere Rugby World Cup final. Head coach Ian Foster, whom many pundits and supporters begged to flop at the tournament, reflected on their 1995 final loss to South Africa as an epic, and hopefully this one will be South Africa run out 15-12 winners in front of new President Nelson Mandela to claim their first Webb Ellis Trophy over New Zealand. And in an attempt to reserve that result, Foster has made only one change to his starting 15. That the same man that stated when they embarrassingly lost 35-7 against South Africa in a Rugby World Cup warm-up match at Twickenham in August. All in all, New Zealand's starting lineup boasts a mammoth 981 caps with 4 centurions. Whether that team can stop South Africa captain Sia Kolisi, the legend, from repeating the feats of Francois Pioneer in the Rugby World Cup final, John Smith in 2007, or himself in 2019, remains to be seen. Springboks coach Jacques Nineber made his thoughts on the past clear when saying his focus is only on the final. He said, "I don't think the past will have any bearing on what's going to happen on Saturday, means today, means now. The big question to be answered is how the Springboks recovered after grueling 1 point wins in both the quarters and semis against France and England respectively, as they attempt to keep their 100% win rate in Rugby World Cup finals intact. The South African staff have thrown up more talking points with their team selection. Firstly, naming their most experienced starting lineup in Springboks history with a combined of 987 caps among them. The only players who possess 50 individual caps or less are the back three of Cheslin, Kolbe, Cartley Arendse, and Damian Willemse. There were two changes to the starting 15 as Fab de Klerk and Andre Pollard made their much anticipated return as a halfback pairing at the expenses of Kobus Reinach and Manny Libok. History could be made on the wings here. New Zealand's Will Jordan is just one try away from becoming the outright record try scorer at single Rugby World Cup, a record he currently shares his record with countryman Jonah Lomu 1999 and Julian Sevilla 2015, as well as South Africa's own Brian Habana 2007, all with 8 tries. As for the Springboks, it was Cheslin Kolbe who clinched their 2019 crown with a late try, and repeating such heroics would see him become the only man to score the Rugby World Cup finals. So hello guys, welcome to the channel, and the match will begin very soon, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching me. The match will begin very soon. We will add the official commentary here, so please enjoy with us, and requesting all of you to please make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm a supporter of both team. May the best win. Really support New Zealand and South Africa. Here in India, they are playing Cricket World Cup and they are playing really good game. New Zealand and South Africa, both teams are going really well here. Please make sure to subscribe, guys. We will add the
BBC Sounds. Yes, I've been here a couple of times now, and as we came down in the dark in this French village, you all turn around to me and say, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm sure." We get dropped off at the village hall, go inside where the stage is set for their next amateur dramatic production. No, not of course, it's going to be a Springboks press conference. But yeah, crazy venue, but it's quite cute, isn't it?
It is, and we've been in some strange old places this Rugby World Cup. The basketball court in Toulon. You mentioned amateur dramatics. England were weird base in Aix-en-Provence. Still can't quite explain what it was. Kind of half school, half college, half kind of drama centre. Really odd. We're here in this little village, and this is where the South Africans are based. It's surreal. But
in Paris, and in doing so, they became the first side to win the tournament for a fourth time. South Africa hung on to beat New Zealand in a tense 2023 Rugby World Cup final at the Stade de France in Paris, and in doing so, they became the first side to win the tournament for a fourth time. The All Blacks entered the contest as slight favourites following a comprehensive 44-6 victory against Argentina, while the Springboks reached Saturday's Sophies even after a last-minute penalty secured them a narrow Section 15 win over England. South Africa's Bongi Mbonambi suffered a nightmare start to the match as an injury forced the hooker off after only 4 minutes. 4 years after he lasted only 20 minutes in the 2019 World Cup final. New Zealand's Shannon Frizzell was known a yellow card for causing Mbonambi's injury, but worse was to come for the All Blacks when Captain Sam Cane was sent off for a dangerous tackle on the Springboks' Jesse Curiel, and South Africa led 12-6 at half-time. Borden Barrett try pulled New Zealand back to within 1 point of their rivals, but the All Blacks could not find anything more, and they went down 12-11 as the Springboks retained their own. South Africa became kings of rugby with dramatic World Cup win over greatest rivals in a Rugby World Cup that has treated us to some of the greatest matches the tournament has ever seen. The final provides the most fitting of conclusion. It won't be remembered as a beacon of error-free perfection, but the two greatest rugby nations on earth combined to produce a showpiece that was unbelievably compelling in its flaws and delivered almost impossible drama until the very last second. South Africa and New Zealand entered as three-time winners of this tournament as a storied rivalry dating back over a century, a previous final that produced the sport's most iconic image, and with the victory able to stage a record fourth title and arguably the moniker of undisputed champions. Somehow, someway, the Springboks prevailed 12-11 in a ludicrous finale and confirmed themselves as the ultimate tournament animals. Yes, they are enjoying. Long live the Kings. Both teams both the teams were my favorite and best team on this match. I'm really happy. Congratulations, South Africa. All the supporters of South Africa, go okay. New Zealand 11-12. All Blacks captain Sam Kane's first half red card proved decisive as the Springboks became the first four-time winners of the Men's Rugby World Cup. Sam Kane, Sia Kolisi, and a tale of two captains at the heart of this Rugby World Cup final. Sia Kolisi charged onto the pitch with arms out wide, desperate for anyone to hug. Bongi Mbonombi was the first brought into his embrace. South Africa's hooker, having begun this game limping off with a knee injury, now in keyboards cock a hoop with the Springboks champions again. Kolisi broke away in search of Chilson Kolbe, finding the wing down on one knee in prayer. Kolbe had been able to watch the final moments burying his head in his shirt like a child beneath the duvet, fearing his deliberate knock on might cost Springboks back-to-back victories. His captain offered an arm on the shoulder before wrapping Kolbe up in a celebratory cuddle after a night of mid-cup magnificence. South Africa had clung on. All the while Samken remained seated, eyes shut, letting the pain wash over him. Can had been a picture of focus emerging from the tunnel ahead of kickoff, eyes fixed on the Webb Ellis Cup. That famous number 7 was cast in vivid void against the deepness of the black shirt on his back as he gathered his side pre-match, taking pride of place at the front of Haka. So this was the after match reaction. Thank you so much guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your like and really subscribe. You guys are still commenting, still watching, and I'm really glad to watch your comment. Najila Abdi, Najila, Najla Abdi, box on, and that's final. The Bogs have no respect for a weaker Pierre Lefsher. Najla Abdi said box on, and that's final. Madika Sibeko Niagara. So thank you guys, thank you for watching. You're still here. I'm really glad that you're still here, and yes, congratulations to the winning team, South Africa. I think probably the team has South Africa has one of the best supporters in the world. How the people support the team and pray for the team. That's why they won. I think uh, in every situation they stand by the team, and they talk about, they pray for what they wanted, and now they got that. It was so tough competition for South Africa, and now they are the champions, and we have to congratulate them, the winning team. They are also playing a great game here in the cricket World Cup here in India. Both the teams were really good. New Zealand also playing a great games here. Thank you guys, thank you for making comments and subscribing and liking. Really appreciate. So goodbye here.